So let's go ahead and eat a wafer. Let's go ahead and lock on. And oh, I love the animation for it. And boom. Insta-kill. Ooh, that is beautiful. How's it going, Commander? So, for today's video, we're going to be looking over the brand new Ancients Launcher. Such a beautiful weapon, and while it may have its flaws, I think this is just the beginning of an incredible weapon set. Remember, we are going to get more of these quote-unquote ancient weapons in the coming few days. There's no specific set date when the rest come out, but I am excited to see what comes next. Is it going to be a lock-on assault rifle, maybe a shotgun, or is there going to be a brand new melee weapon, an ancient spear or sword? Ooh, I'm getting excited already. So, starting off with the weapon, we do finally have the Ancients Launcher available. Bought it yesterday as soon as it came into the event shop. Went ahead and upgraded it, perked it up. It is all ready for action. I would have perked this up to a power level 144, but I have no weapon superchargers. Hopefully I should be able to get some more with this venture seasons. If I don't complete it, maybe the next one. Oh well, we will see. But the way that I perked this weapon up is I left it at energy, although you know what? I should keep it as physical. It's sad that this is the only two elements that it's able to actually be placed on, because with physical elements, you are able to do the max damage to any husks that do not have elements on them. And it's very rare to actually get a, well, not rare for an elemental smasher. There are no elemental takers or blasters or anything like that, thank goodness. But the smashers are going to be tricky, which is where you would maybe need a energy elemental Ancients Launcher. But I went ahead and went with 2 damage to missed monsters and bosses, and 2 crit damages. Now, I'll get to why I put 2 crit damages in a bit, but taking a look at the perks that you're able to put, you are able to change the damage to missed monsters and bosses either with durability, which is bad, and impact, again, bad. And same with this one. For crit damage, you're able to switch it out with a crit rating, damage, impact, or durability. Very bad. Same with this. Crit rating, damage, impact, durability. All in all, I feel like these are the best perks for this rocket launcher, seeing as how there are 2 firing methods with this weapon, and it is insane. Moving on to our hero loadout, we got Demolitionist Penny in the lead with the commander perk Faster Explosions. Increases launcher damage by 50%, which is beautiful. I love it, although she is the only hero that actually buffs rocket launcher damage. We do have a couple of other heroes in Save the World that buff the all-around weapons, not just specifically to one category, like assault rifles or snipers. Although I am hoping, seeing as how we're getting a few more updates in this game, we might get a hero that actually increases crit damage or crit ratings for rocket launchers. That would be amazing. But speaking of critting, the commander perk says increases launcher damage by 50%. It does not say increases crit damage or crit rating. We want crit rating high because our Ancients Launcher has all around crit damage. So that's why we're going to use Totally Rocking Out for the team perk. It says Rock and Rift also increases crit rating by 160 points and heals 73.75 base health. This keeps you alive in the game, as well as give you a higher chance to crit on any weapons that you're holding, which is perfect. But this team perk's going to need a little bit of help, which is where Breakbeat Wildcat comes in with her support perk Battle Beat. Eliminating 10 enemies in 9 seconds grants Rocking Rift. And this is the downside of Breakbeat Wildcat. You need 10 eliminations to be able to activate Rocking Rift. And the Ancients Launcher can only lock onto 8 enemies at once. So you're probably going to need to reload and then shoot again, but not a problem. That is within the 9 seconds, so you are able to activate Rocking Rift. It's just going to take a slightly bit longer time, but if you do not want to wait, this is where Main Stage Quinn comes in with Sub Wafers. Harvesting any metal objects gives a 32% chance to gain a Sub Wafer, basically like this sort of cookie. You're able to eat it, and boom, you activate Rocking Rift anytime you want. Plus, with Breakbeat Wildcat, you're also able to activate it every single time. You are never going to be without activating Rocking Rift. We also got 8-bit demo with Enduring Machine. Explosive weapons have a 20% chance to not consume ammo with each shot. A great hero to have in your support team because the Ancient's launcher only has 10 bullets in the chamber. So whenever you lock onto your 8 enemies and you let go of the trigger, you are still able to have some ammunition left to be able to charge up your next shot. We also got Skull Trooper Ramirez, who comes with a little bit of a buff for all of our weapons. She comes with Locked and Reloaded. After reloading, increases weapon damage by 15% for 5 seconds. Switching weapons removes the buff. This also applies to whenever your weapon overheats, which is really great. That means even if you overheat, which actually takes about 4 seconds to cool down, you are able to get right back into the game, and it gives you a weapon buff. And just to get out of any sort of sticky situation, we got the Eternal Wanderer with Eat My Space Dust. Sprint stamina maximum is doubled, so you are able to run out of any sort of situation if you are, like, let's say, surrounded by husks and need to get the heck out of Dodge. Okay, so starting us off, I am in a power level 140 Destroy the Encampment mission by myself, and I got 2 copies of the Ancient Launcher. One that is energy, and the other that is physical. Reason being is because these husks are going to be fire elemental, so the nature is not going to be doing a lot of damage. The nature, though, is... If I remember correctly, the nature is going to be doing about 161,000, while the, the physical is going to be doing 100 and... Okay, very rude to interrupt me, Ray. The physical is going to be doing 107,000 damage to all elemental husks. But let's just see how that goes. Let me go ahead and pop a wafer. Let's do the energy first. Sweep, and done. Ooh, that is beautiful. Although I don't think that was all 8. That is gorgeous. Although it takes a while for the overheating to actually go down a bit. But again, that was the energy. Let me go to see if I can find some more husks and try to do it with the physical one. And here we have it. We got a whole bunch of the physical ones right here. Let's go ahead and pop a wafer. Let's go ahead and sweep, and ooh, beautiful. And no, you don't. Boom. It overheats quickly after 3 shots. What gives? But, yeah, see? 107,000 damage for the physical one. But that's for an element. What about just for a normal physical one? 215,000. That's big. 107. Very nice. All in all, a great amount of damage. I love it. But this also comes with a second... Ooh, actually, hold up. So, let me go ahead and pop a wafer, pull out the physical one, and let's see how much it does for that. 566 damage. What is that? That's 500,000 for one taker? That is insane. All right. So let's do with the let's do with the energy then. Let me go ahead and pop a wafer. A couple right here, right there, and 404,000. Ooh, that's nuts. Oh, where did you get here? Oh, there's a ramp over here, and this is where they're coming from, I'm guessing. Yep. Beautiful. Let me go ahead and see with these guys. Let me go ahead and pop another wafer. I gotta check the distance on this thing, too. That's huge. Although I think, yeah, that lava went away. Okay, 1. Am I able to go? I'm not able to aim through things. Done. All of them. Gone. Beautiful. There we go. Oh, I love this weapon. I love this weapon so much. This is just gorgeous, and I don't have any blue glow for you. So sorry. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, so before moving on, let me see the distance on this thing. Let's see. I don't want to deal with you. And where's the other one? Okay. Done. Okay, so let's check out the distance on you, actually, real quick. It's because the enemies are there. That's about 39 meters. So, roughly that's where they're at, about 60. Okay, nope. Okay, right about here. That is 57 meters. That's how far I'm able to actually shoot with this thing? There is no way. You're able to shoot this thing from a nice distance. Wait for this thing to cool down, and then just fire again. Done. This is energy, though, too. So, this actually took out a big chunk of your health. What about the big bomb? The big one. 1,209,000. What is that? Okay, how about this? And, well, 750. 760. I didn't get the number on that one, actually. Let's see. Energy. That was actually kind of low. 162. And done. I think that was 700,000 damage. I need to recheck that on the video, but that was a lot. I am thoroughly impressed with this weapon. I'm going to take that out so I can get this chest right here, because I heard this from a mile away. But let me see if I can crit with these right here. Nope, I didn't crit. That's a crit! 699,000 damage. That's beautiful. Okay, what about these guys? So, the other thing I don't... Ooh, 788,000. Beautiful amount of damage. The one thing I don't like about the secondary shot of this thing is the fact that if you want to get good distance, you gotta lob the thing. This is a projectile rocket launcher. You gotta send this thing flying to be able to reach any sort of target from a far enough distance. And even though about 55, 57 meters is a good distance for this rocket launcher, it could be better. It could be farther. Not only that, though, like I said, you gotta lob this thing. It's a little tricky to get used to. So, I would highly recommend getting this weapon, yes. But I would also highly recommend... Ooh, what was that? 700,000 points of damage? Oh, like I was saying, I would highly recommend practicing with this weapon. Yeah, because I missed this small guy completely. Practice with this weapon. Learn how to fire it. Learn how the projectiles work, because, oof, this is going to take some getting used to before you're actually able to fire anything with the secondary launcher, or like the secondary attack. You need to lob this thing to be able to do any sort of damage, see? And I had to aim high for that, too. All in all, though, love it. I highly recommend this weapon. Don't put this in the collection book at all. Save it, learn how to play with it. Even though, like, with the latest update, we actually did get a nerf on some of the biggest damaging weapons in Save the World, like the pop shot and the disintegrator. Was it the disintegrator? Yeah, it was the disintegrator. But yeah, no. So those weapons are no longer like the max damage weapons you can get. But that just means that you are now able to play around with different hero builds and find out what you are able to use to be able to take down big guys like smashers, blasters, and all the other mist monsters. All in all, though, I love this. And again, this is part of a weapon set that's going to be coming out soon. If the rocket launcher is this fun to play with, I can't wait to see what else is going to come next. Is it going to be a shotgun next? Is it going to be an assault rifle next? Is it going to be a melee weapon? Oh, I wonder what the melee weapon's going to do. I can't wait to see that. But all in all, I love this. And that about does it for this video. Final verdict, get this weapon as soon as you can. It's a great new twist to a weapon's unique ability. We have weapons that make steam clouds, weapons that chain lightning, even weapons that explode after reloading. But this is the first time we've ever had a lock-on weapon. Maybe if we get a future Ancients shotgun, it won't shoot out in a row like the Ancients rocket launcher, but instead shoot out all the shards at once after locking onto a husk. Also, another thing that I want to nitpick at, I kinda wish we were able to shoot out all 8 bullets from the launcher onto one enemy instead of just shooting one after locking onto it. And the overheating is huge just for that one bullet. So I hope they kind of fix that in the future. But other than that, if you guys like my content, why not leave a like? And if you guys want to get more updates regarding the game, why not drop a follow? Until then, as always, stay safe and game on!